Hi, this is David with Hanson Carlin Architecture and Construction. Today we're going to look at handrails, and we're looking specific about this silo project where we had a handrail to do. On this project here, we knew we kind of wanted an industrial look. We were looking for the silo here was supposed to look like it was old world and all was here with the stone all on the outside, but we wanted to have the inside be more of like a kind of a modern industrial look. So that's what we're looking for a handrail, maybe a little bit that commercial flavor. You know, when you're thinking about doing stairways and you're planning all of that, there's umpteen different ways to plan a stairwell. In this case, we used glue lams as the finished work here. So this is all the structure of the structure of the stairs, plus it's the decorative finish. So this isn't capped in any way or anything like that. That's a raw glue lam that we ran all of these through our sander at the shop before we installed these. The next problem we had is what kind of handrail and how would we get the handrail that we were looking for on this? When you're doing that architecture piece, there's lots of different outfits that make handrail parts, they make systems, they make the whole thing. We looked at clear rail. We looked at that product and it looked like a nice product. But some of the problems with the outfits that make a system is can you get it customized for the needs of that specific job? So in this case here, we have stairway going up and down with landings, several recurrings back and forth to get up to this 35-foot high office up here. And given that we were making all of these out of glue lams, when we got it all done, we found out that like one of the glue lams is about a half a degree difference in slope than the other 7. So that meant that the brackets or the handrail posts needed to be slightly different for this specific one. The other thing we wanted to make sure is that we had good alignment here with the tops of the 2 posts. You notice they're cut different lengths, but the alignment across here is perfect. And so when you're talking about 1/16 of an inch, you have to get things dead on. So what we did in this project is we used a number of different trades with our own people to make this happen. We hired Spark Metal Works, a guy by the name of Nick, who did a great job, and he came out, Janette drew a drawing of this, and we had a shop drawing built, and he came out and looked at our shop drawing and made all of the posts. And then up under here, if you'll notice it, there's a metal channel upside down here. And what we did is we had all of the posts made, and then Nick came out and we tack welded all of this on site so that we made sure that all of this aligned. So Jared built all of the woodwork here, and he's kind of our main shop guy. And I wanted you to tell us a little bit about this process, Jared.
Sure. So this is white oak, and what I did, this is actually 2 pieces glued together to get the thickness that we're looking for, which is about 1 3/4 inches. And then we put this detail along the side here. This is just a 1/4 inch dado that we ran down either side is just a detail. And then on the underside, to get this to actually attach to the steel, we ran a 2-inch wide dado all the way through the bottom of the wood. And that gets installed, screwed in through the steel below here. And then to make it look like a solid piece, we milled up just about a 1/2 inch thick piece, cap that was then glued on under here to close off the dado that had been run all the way through, so you don't see a notch at the end here. And then that gets glued in, sanded, stained, and finished, and then that makes it look like it was just one thick piece of wood that was dropped right down on top of the steel here.
Did you cut all of this at the shop, or did you do some of it here, or how did you do that?
For these handrails, we did cut everything up at the shop. We got precise on-site measurements of how long the steel was, the piece that the handrail gets screwed to, and I just made sure to oversize everything by a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch to kind of just be able to drop it pretty much right on the steel plate that's under here.
A great job. It really looks cool. I think the way the glue limbs being fir and this being white oak, you hardly even notice the difference on that. So
yeah,
it came out pretty cool. I've got Travis here, and Travis was one of our lead guys, one of the longest guys with the company, and Travis was the guy that kind of did the overseeing of the metalwork guy and kind of working with Janette's plan and making sure this all came together. With Spark Metalworks there. Tell me a little about how that process was.
Yeah, you know, Janette had drawn up her idea for the railing up to code and design that she wanted. And we had that on site, gave it to Nick there. And he put all this together right onto the plans, came out perfectly. It's all within code. Everything's nice and equal, level. Came out multiple times to check his work, make sure it was all good.
And Nick do the metalworking, and then you did all of the cable stuff yourself, and then Jared. So it was like a handoff of a baton. How did this go? You know, I know you've done umpteen million decks, but this was different because the decks are, kind of made for that. How did this go with the cable installation?
Yeah, similar to other stuff we've done in the past, but we've attached them into wood before. Our normal deck railings are aluminum, and this is actual tubular steel, so a little thicker product, a little bit more sturdy. But also changes the holes, so a little bit different fasteners and washers that we all put together. Slightly different system, but also very similar to the stuff we've done, and a very similar and clean look.
No, great job on this, Travis. It came out sweet. I think something you can be proud of.
No, thank you. Yeah, it's a real focal point, and it'd be nice to see all this coming together. And it's going to be one heck of an office.
Yeah. So it's kind of a combination of how to build it and figuring it out with the different trades, and I think that's a lot of fun. So congratulations to Spark Rail for their help on it, and to Jared and Travis. We just really have a nice product here.